Hey everybody, welcome back. The other day I made a video about several functions in Microsoft Excel that I think that you should know. And what I want to show you today is something I didn't show you the other day. And that was using a long list of files that exist on the hard drive, and the files being in all kinds of different directories. And instead of doing a weak 5-line example where I only had 5 files, it didn't make much sense to write that complicated code. But this, I have hundreds and hundreds of files that I've extracted the file name out of this string. And so this is important because as you get varying degrees of items that you're trying to find for the purposes of extracting text, this becomes a little bit more challenging. So I want to show you how to solve this problem. And it's pretty simple, but it's going to require you to think a little bit differently about things. And that's usually how you solve problems when you're coding or being a programmer. But this is Excel, right? And so this has nothing to do with programming. It has everything to do with functions. And if you're a business user that's a power user that is responsible for maintaining data in a spreadsheet, this is great information and something that can help you and an extra tool to put in your toolbox, so to speak. So I want to illustrate this by bringing over this really stupid but simple explanation. And so if we look at a string of text here, we're going to call it red rat, okay? And we see that there's 2 R's in this sentence, right? So how do we find out how many characters are in a letter? In this case, what we're really trying to get to is, in the previous example, how many backslashes exist within that string or that column A for the purposes of being able to dynamically extract the text out of it, like I showed you in the previous video. Well, it turns out if you do something like this, you use the substitute function to replace the R's with nothing, a blank. Okay, so we basically and essentially remove the R's. Okay, so notice that the string of characters goes from 7 down to 5. And if we do a simple mathematical operation of 7 minus 5, we're going to get 2, which means there were 2 occurrences of the letter R. And so I'm going to pop in over here and I'm going to show you this really crazy formula, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to copy it. Again, if this is scary, please go back and watch the other video, because I show you step by step how to build this, and you don't have to keep it in your head. It's a really great way of building complicated and complex formulas like this, but it makes it much easier when you break it down. So let me bring that formula over here, and let's go down a little bit. And what I want to focus on is this sum portion. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of all of this, and let's see, we got 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and if we take this and pop it over, it should give me what I'm looking for. But what I wanted to show you is this. Here's the substitute function. Actually, just to make it even more simple, let's look at this. So here's the substitute function that I showed you the other day, and we basically have old text and new text for this parameter. And what we want to find, the old text is the /, and what we want to replace it with is just quote, quote, meaning nothing. So when we do that, it deduces that character from something to nothing. And so that's how we're able to do, essentially remove the R's from it, and 7 becomes 5 so that we can do a mathematical operation. And that's what this sum is. It's saying, give me the length of the whole string, right? But then I want you to deduct and count how long that string is once we remove all of the backslashes. And by doing that, again, 5 minus 7, I'm able to come up with the number 2. And that number 2 is going to be used in another substitute function that you'll see over here. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm using that to put the position, meaning the occurrence, which is that optional fourth parameter for the substitute function. And so because this changes every single line, I need to figure out what this is. So let me go ahead and just insert this here. I'm having a problem. Let me try this one more time. Insert, column 1. Let's do equal right. Let's do sumlen. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get this out of here. Okay, so we got 1, 2. See, very easy to get spun around. And one of the nice things about the new Excel function, actually I had an extra parenthesis in there, and what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and remove that for me. As you can see, it's showing me 3 here, but I have actually 4 up here. So yes, I want to accept it. Okay, and so now I get these numbers. So let me shrink this down, come over here. Actually, I'll just get rid of this. All right, so what this is showing me is that I have 6 backslashes in this string, but in this string I only have 4, and in this string I got 6 and 8 and so on and so forth, and it goes on and on and on and on, and this is how we dynamically change it. And again, we use this in our formula for writing another substitute function, which is passed in so that we can go ahead and extract. I know if you're just watching this video for the first time without the context of seeing the other video, everything I said is so like gone over the head that you probably haven't even watched the video to this point, to be honest with you. I wouldn't. But in any event, if you did watch the video, I hope this makes extra sense for you and you're able to take something in a real world scenario where maybe you're migrating a document management system from system A to system B. Maybe you're doing a merger and an acquisition where you're having to bring in an influx of files and they gave you a data file with how it used to be on disk, and so you have a copy of that disk, but you also have a copy, a snapshot of the data in the database, and it includes a path like this. And so you can use Excel to, and this formula, to help you parse out some really complicated items within a string. In any event, look forward to future videos. If you need any help with Excel, give me a call. I'll be happy to help you out, and specifically formulas of Excel, not just any portion of Excel. And if you're really interested in getting out of Excel altogether, please let me know, because I've got a plethora of new applications that will modernize and do a digital transformation on these spreadsheets. To be honest with you, it's really time that we get out of Excel and start using these other tools. Excel has its purpose, and it's really great for individuals to do work by themselves in a silo. When you start doing collaborative work in a team, Excel really starts losing its luster quickly. So if you're using this in your department or for your company and you're running your business out of it or department out of it, there are other alternatives, fantastic alternatives. Give me a call. I'd love to give you a demo, walk you through, listen to the challenges, the problems you're trying to solve, and give you those solutions. Until next time, have a great day.